a fresh episode of Atn Business on Atlantic Television Network right here in the city of Port Harcourt of society to our discerning viewers. This program is aimed at bringing to the doorstep of viewers the business, financial and economic activities from all strata of society. Its delivery is accentuated through the various stock exchanges across the world, news about government economic activities, private sector business activities laced with expert opinions, stakeholders' opinions and correspondence reports. We are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1 on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, or you can watch us live on our website at www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We'll take a short break and when we return, we'll fill out the details. Do stay tuned. The aim of Africa Growth Nexus?
Thank you very much. You know, African Growth Nexus is a social enterprise.
Okay.
Even though it's a consult limited, but it's a social enterprise, and the major thrust of what we do is just like what Alhaji Bala Mohammed has said, is to identify areas of need within the states, because our watchword is developing Africa through the communities. So we identify where there are challenges, then we bring government and we bring stakeholders, and we leverage on that and things happen. Because every state, every community you can talk of in Nigeria will have their comparative advantages. So the idea is to harness these advantages, bring on to the table and get it done.
Okay, so let's link it to our story. Netcom urging Nigerians in diaspora to invest in Nigeria. What's your take on that?
It's very good. It's a welcome development. But you see, it's not just enough to urge them to start that business from diaspora, and it continues to the point that they really want to continue after a while. I'll give you an instance. A certain young man from my area came down, set up a farm, large farm, because of the menace of the headers and the insecurity challenges. He abandoned the farm and ran away. We've also had heard of cases where somebody that came from diaspora was attacked and killed. So the structure needs to be there. You don't, because I worked and I lived with some of them abroad, and I noticed that their country sent them out as though it's the export of that country. Well, I don't know if their country sends them out, but once you're abroad and you're from that country, you're part of the OFW workforce. It's different from the Nigerian Technical Corps, because I know somebody will tell me now that we have technical aid corps. No, it's different. Once you're in the diaspora, you register. And once you're registered, if it's housing, because you're an OFW member, you participate in the housing program back home. If you want to invest through this government agency, you invest and you're sure protected. So sometimes certain businesses will just come up, will have a certain kind of investment, maybe want to do a 500-hectare farmland, and you find these people in the diaspora sending in money, and they have a stake in that business.
Okay.
And it's protected because the government is involved to oversee and to watch. But many times when there is need for them to speak, nobody hears about them.
Okay.
In all fairness to this administration, at least now it seems like
it's not just enough for them to encourage them to come back and invest. What lucrative measures do you think should be put in place?
First and foremost, security. We can't overspeak the issue of security.
Okay.
We can't overspeak the issue of security. And then the identity system in Nigeria is a problem. Because until you fix the identity problem in the identity issue in Nigeria, you will not really be able to, government will not really be able to disburse loans or what's it called? Whatever it is that government has. Nigerian government has a lot of beautiful programs. But so many of the programs Nigerians don't know about.
Okay.
So employment creation, so many things. However, the programs of those agencies don't really function the way they should function because nobody can trace you anywhere.
Okay.
And this has been inimical to the implementation and sustainability of most of the programs Nigerian government implements. We've never lacked good programs. Never. Nigerian government has never lacked good programs. I can tell you that for free. But implementation has been the bane of these awesome programs. Right from MAMSA to D-Free to Operation Feed the Nation, we've always had wonderful programs. Even up till now, NDE, National Directorate of Employment, has some wonderful programs, but I bet you most of our youth are not even aware of the existence of NDE and what they are doing. Some programs under ADP, Nigerians are not even aware of what they are doing and what you can benefit.
Okay.
Do you know that the river basins are set up, part of the reasons for which they are set up, to assist with irrigation and agriculture and all of that? Nigerians are not even aware that there is an agency.
Interesting.
We have Federal Ministry of Agri, we have the State Ministry of Agri. What are these people doing? Nigerians are not aware.
Okay.
So the National Orientation Agency has a lot of reorientation to do, a lot of work to do. But then, but when they come in, they begin to pursue a different agenda altogether. To Nigerians in the diaspora to come back home and invest. Again, the infrastructure is not there.
Okay.
What have you done about power? What have you done about power? So these people, you want them to just come in, then they will come in, they will set up their farms or set up their factories, they will provide power for themselves, provide water, then provide security, and then you turn around and tax them. I mean, these are issues. So if you really want to encourage Nigerians in the diaspora because they have resources, then you should begin to set up specific industrial parks.
Okay.
Yes, government should begin to think of setting up industrial parks.
Our currency would always be devalued and the devaluation will keep rising.
It's a shameful thing to say, but like you said, it's a defeatist, because as it is now, you can sense, even from the invitation, you can sense palpable fear on the side of the Nigerian government. You don't know what Trump is going to do next.
Okay.
And the President of the United States has come into power with the mind of making his nation great. His nation is number one. He is not interested in who is offended.
Okay.
I was just watching him on the day of the inauguration. Just on the day of the inauguration alone, I saw how much enter to attack the DOC. But those ones who farm inside, they no longer go to farm. How will things not go on?
Let me come down to your you are the CEO of Africa Growth Nexus and roundtable discussions. What role do you think stakeholders like you could play in helping to, let's say, orient Nigerians, and also helping to play contribute their own quota in our economic development?
Yes, that's what we're doing. We are setting up roundtables. Like we have a big event coming up in April in Delta State. After Delta State, and this roundtable event, we're going to have government officials, we're going to have private sector, we're going to have the security agencies. You bring suggestions of solutions from those experts, at the round table. They will now say, with the government representative, now see what they've all said. Where do we go from here? Mr. Governor, sir, Mr. Commissioner, sir, we don't want you to just make a policy statement. You're here at this round table. We will follow up with you, right? Okay. Whatever we discuss here, whatever we agree on this round table, we're going to come back to you eventually, and we're going to say, how far have we gone with this issue, that issue, and so on.
Okay.
So those are the things we need to do. And you see, in the course of even trying to get these people to the round table, we are doing a lot of this. We are having to reorient these people. One of the states in the north said, but we have National Orientation Agency. This is their job. Okay. National Orientation Agency is supposed to also be on that same table. We are saying, how do we build the African society by building the local communities? Our emphasis is not the state government,
okay,
but building the state through building the local communities. That's our focus.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, sir, for your opinion on that. Move on to our next story. Recognizing the vital role of the telecom sector in economic growth, the presidency yesterday backed the 50% tariff hike approved by telecommunications operators by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. The president said a price review was necessary to keep the telecoms industry viable. It, however, noted that the approval does not suggest an immediate 50% tariff increase, automatic increases in tariffs. Operators are free to maintain their current rates if they find them sustainable. While describing the approval as an important step, as mechanisms for over a decade, as prices have remained on tariff adjustment with apprehension, they should understand the critical role of the telecom sector in the economy. It added that the industry currently supports millions of individuals and businesses that rely on uninterrupted connectivity for daily operations, hence it must be sustained. According to the center, without a sustainable pricing model, the sector risks stagnation as operators will not be able to maintain or upgrade their infrastructure to meet increasing consumer demand. It added that by approving the moderate adjustment, the NCC has ensured that operators remain viable while creating room for innovation and improved service delivery. Beyond the tariff hike approval, the center noted that the NCC has also introduced strict regulatory measures to simplify tariff structures and eliminate exploitative billing practices that have plagued the industry in the past. For instance, operators who fail to meet their service obligations may now face stricter sanctions under updated quality of service regulations. This commitment to accountability ensures that customers receive value for their money while setting a standard for transparency and fairness in the industry. The NCC's proactive approach to regulating the adjustment ensures that it is implemented in a way that benefits everyone, operators and consumers alike, it added. Okay, before I ask your opinion on this, while you were speaking on the first story, you said
you maintain them with power and all of that. There was a time I was getting deductions on my line, deductions I cannot even explain. And then I noticed this deduction. So NCC, if they are going to implement and allow Nigerians bear the brunt, yet another brunt of hiking price, in that there will be no arbitrary charges, and that services will. I have 3 lines. If I add the official one, 4. There are some, and there are different networks.
Okay.
There are sometimes a particular network will be down for 2 days.
Yeah,
will be down for 2 days.
Okay.
You know, and then contacts who relate with you via that number will not be able to reach you for 2 days. Imagine what it does to business.
And thereby costing you, yes, costing.
Imagine what it does to business. But you know, we're Nigerians. We survive. We evolve. You know, you just take it. But that is expensive. Just die down. It's over a period.
Okay.
And then follow through with the quality of service.
Service.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Dr. Polycarp, I would love to thank you at this point for coming to the show, on the show today. It's an honor having you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. And Dr. Polycarp is the CEO of Africa Growth Nexus and Roundtable Development. Thank you so much for coming. We'll go on a break, and when we return, we'll look at the stock market, foreign exchange market, and what the exchange rate is today. Do not go away. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. And now onto the stock market. European shares hit a record high on Wednesday as chip equipment maker ASML led technology stocks higher after reporting strong quarterly results. The pan-European stock 600 was up 0.5% as of 09:23 GMT, rising past Tuesday's all-time high close.